The invasion of Ukraine has brought to a head a most unlikely confrontation. In one corner, the grim-faced Vladimir Putin, who fought his way up through the ranks of Russia's secret police to become one of the richest men in the world. In the other, a man whose previous job was to make people laugh.
Whether you're telling a joke or fighting a war, it's all in the timing. Volodymyr Zelensky is the comedian who became the accidental president. Life imitating art. After starting out in stand-up comedy clubs and television, Zelensky was suddenly on a world stage. Whatever his background, this is his time. He has found himself trading words with one of the toughest men in the world. Outmanned, outgunned, but rallying his country to fight its giant neighbour. He was perhaps better prepared for this job than many suspected. Zelensky, who has just turned 44, was born in a Russian-speaking community in the days when Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. Freed of Moscow's stranglehold, he was raised at a time when Ukraine was relishing its fledgling democracy. He earned a law degree at the National University in Kiev, but turned to acting and comedy with his own production company. One project, the TV series Servant of the People. It was prophetic. Zelensky, married with 2 children, formed a political party on an anti-corruption platform, The Outsider, then winning the 2019 election with more than 70% of the vote. A major plank in his political strategy was a pledge to defuse tensions with Moscow. But a rapport with Putin proved impossible. The Russian leader, just in the past few days, labelling Zelensky's government a bunch of Nazis. A cheap shot given Zelensky is Jewish. Accidental or not, Volodymyr Zelensky is the leader now fighting for time, hour by hour. Mark Burrows, 9 News.
The federal government has announced it will offer lethal aid to Ukraine to help repel the Russian invasion. Scott Morrison today meeting the Ukrainian community in Sydney.
Ukrainians in Sydney arming themselves with faith. A prayer for protection for family members and friends. 99-year-old Klava Jasenko escaping genocide in the 30s.
How do you feel seeing the pictures and...
Very bad. Very bad. I'm praying for Ukraine.
Today, among those turning to Australia's Prime Minister for help.
Yeah, you're all set.
Scott Morrison joining Sunday service at St Andrew's Ukrainian Catholic Church in Lidcombe.
Peace takes courage. We don't seek a peace in Ukraine that is based on bending the knee to an autocrat or a thug.
A signal our country could be stepping up.
And we'll be seeking to provide whatever support we can for lethal aid through our NATO partners.
Another service at St Mary's. A community of expats determined not to see red.
To just live independently, freely, peacefully.
More protest in the city.
Australia's Ukrainian community is 40,000 strong. The Prime Minister confirming today more will come, but just how many refugees will be brought here is unclear.
We are processing all visas that are coming in from Ukraine as a priority.
We are ready to provide any support on a humanitarian level.
Refuge, but no silver bullet.
We have to stop this madness and we have to stop the war.
Ruth Wynne-Williams, 9 News.
So the Prime Minister has announced a dramatic increase in support for Ukraine, including the supply of lethal aid. Nine's political editor Chris Uhlmann. Chris, what does that mean?
That is a great question, Pete, and I'm not sure that the government has the answer yet. Essentially, what's being floated is the idea that we fund the Ukrainian resistance. There's very little detail on this, and clearly decisions are being made on the fly, but lethal aid means weapons, and the only way Australia could supply arms to Ukraine would be to buy them from an ally, most likely the United States or the UK, and to pay for them to be sent to Ukraine. It's highly unusual. I can't think of a recent example where anything similar has happened, but Ukraine is fighting alone, and neither NATO or countries like Australia will commit their troops. So, Pete, if the people of Ukraine are to keep fighting, they need arms and ammunition.
Chris Hillman in Canberra, thank you.